Hello, hello. Welcome in. I'm Tammy Mastroberti, best-selling author of the books The Universe is Talking to You and the Higher Help Method. And I teach people simple spiritual tools to tap into what I refer to as the higher help line of the universe to create a life they love waking up to. And happy Thursday. Happy weekly spirit boost. We are going to be talking about problem solving, challenge solving. You can use whatever word you want to use, but I'm going to be sharing a couple of tips that I have found assist me and others that use this in actually solving a problem, in coming up with a solution to something when you are struggling to come up with something. So, we are going to be talking about that today, and that is the two tips. I'm going to be sharing two tips on that. Before I get started, just as a reminder, we are in the final replay season. Sorry, Instagram, my cat just hit my. I just saw the whole thing wobble. My cat just hit into the pole. So we are in the final replay season of the summit. So if you are not already part of it, if you are just hearing about our annual summit, you can still join because we are in final replays, which means we're opening and closing all of the replays, 20 plus amazing interviews, completely free to listen through the end of this month, which is coming up quite soon. We're going to be shutting it down in about a week or so. But we do open, we open them all up at the end, and it's all topics of mind, body healing, manifestation, and intuition. Three of my favorite topics, and I think three of many of your favorite topics as well. So elevatedexistencesummit.com is linked in the Instagram bio and also in the link below here on Facebook and YouTube, depending on where you're watching. So thank you for joining me today. Please hit the like button if you are enjoying what I am teaching. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe. So here's the deal. Problem solving. When we are faced with a problem, challenge, something that needs a solution, something that needs a decision, or needs us to come up with an answer, don't mind my cat. I know Instagram can see Callie. Many of the YouTube and Facebook might be able to see her tail a little bit. So when we're faced with something that we need to find an answer, make a decision, figure out, it can be stressful. For me, I'm the type of person, I don't know if it's because I'm a Virgo or if it's just the type of person that I am, but it's like I don't feel settled until I know, right? Is anybody else out there like that? It's like I can't really settle and enjoy my life if I have something looming over me, or if I have a decision that I need to make. It kind of gnaws at me, right? So that's why I always like to know and plan. I'm a big planner. That's probably the Virgo. So when we're in that situation, there are two tips that I'd like to give you. One that might sound completely insane, but bear with me because it works, because I've done it so many times, and it's going to sound completely counterintuitive, and you're going to be like, Tammy, you're nuts, but try it. The first one, you might not think I'm nuts. Okay, so the first tip that I have when you are faced with something that you have to solve, a problem you have to solve, a situation that needs an answer of some sort, a decision of some sort. Oftentimes, we are in stress mode, right? Number one, we're in stress mode. We're like, oh my gosh, I have to think. I have to think my way out of this. I have to think and think and think until I find the solution, which creates more stress, right? So, and also we are often thinking, we're like projecting in the future. Well, if I go this way, what's going to happen here? If I do this, what's going to happen with this, right? So a lot of times we're sort of not here. We are into the future, or we are thinking about things in the past. Maybe we are still aggravated that we're in the situation and that we have to solve this problem. And we're complaining about the fact that we even have this problem that we have to solve and it shouldn't have been this way. And so We're not in the present moment. We are all over the place, right? The answers, the solutions are going to be found in the present moment, especially when you've asked the universe to assist you, when you've asked the universe to kind of tap in, partner with you, and help you find the solution. The answers, the sudden ideas that just pop into your head when you're making dinner or taking a shower, the sudden sign or the answer that someone comes in with, or overhearing the conversation online at the grocery store, or however the universe uses to get through to you. That's happening in the now. And if your brain, if your conscious mind is not in the now, and your conscious mind is projecting scenarios into the future, scared and fearful about doing the wrong thing, or in the past thinking, how did I get here in the first place? And what have I done in the past? I don't want to repeat that mistake. You're not going to get the answers. You're not going to be able to solve the problem, and you're going to be putting yourself into stress. And what I always say is that you cannot find solutions in stress. It's so much harder to find a solution when you are stressed out. You can't even think clearly when you are stressed out. Literally, chemically in your body makes it harder for you to think clearly when you are stressed out. So you have to shift yourself, okay? The solution is always found in the shift and not in the stress. So when you are trying to figure something out, you want to shift yourself back into the present moment. Say, it doesn't matter what happened in the past. I'm not going to worry about the future because the universe is going to direct me. And because if you've been following me for a while, I know I can't make any mistakes because the universe will just correct my path. The universe will redirect me. That's why there really are no wrong actions, right? There may be an action that delays something, but it's not an action that's going to completely derail, okay? Because the universe will always correct you back. It will put up a roadblock if you're moving in a direction that is not beneficial or helpful to you. So you want to get yourself back into the present moment. You want to say, this is where I'm going to find my solution. I'm going to shift myself. I'm going to shift my energy back. I'm going to do a 60-second release or retreat where you just for 60 seconds repeat a mantra and bring yourself back and say, okay, it's from this space. I'm not going to worry about the past. I'm not going to worry about the future. It's from this space that I'm going to notice the signs and then I'm going to be able to make a decision. That's where you have to go to. It doesn't matter what's happened in the past. I'm really not even going to overly worry about the future. I need to get into the present moment. I need to get into my center so that from that space, I can think, see, understand, and make a decision with more clarity than when I'm in that stress and in the past and in the future and in worry. I have to center myself because your inner self, your soul has the answers to everything that you are facing right now. Every change that you're trying to make, your soul knows what you need to do. Every decision you're trying to make, your soul knows the best way to go, right? And your soul is within you. It's part of you. You have access to it. We all have access to it. I teach people how to access it, right? And how to communicate with it. So if you can get yourself back to the present and get yourself back to that center, you are more likely to hear it. You are more likely to get that answer dropped in. Okay? That's the first tip. Can I get myself back to the present moment, center myself, get myself out of the stress, out of the past, out of the future, and just be here? And from that centered, calm place, I can see things more clearly and I am open to the signs from the universe. Okay. Tip number 1. Tip number 2. And this is what might sound a little counterintuitive to you, but I just want you to try it because years ago, when this came up for me and it kept coming up over and over again that this is what I needed to do. Oracle card readings I did for myself, an intuitive reading that I had done. I just kept hearing this one thing that I'm about to tell you. And I was like, this makes no sense to my Virgo mind. This makes no sense. But I finally did it. I finally did it and surrendered. And my goodness, how it worked. Okay. So here it is. Tip number 2. I want you to completely stop trying to find the solution. I want you to completely let go of trying to figure it out. Now, I know you're thinking, but if I'm not thinking about it, if I'm not stressing about it, if I'm not going over all the scenarios in my mind, how in the hell am I going to get an answer? But that's exactly how you're going to get the answer. Because when you're going through all of that and you're thinking and you're thinking and you're thinking, do you know what you're blocking? You're blocking the answer. If you have a problem that you are trying to solve and you can think and just make a decision quickly, by all means, use your brain. Okay. However, if you have a problem you're trying to solve, a decision you're trying to make, and it is stressing you out, it is causing you worry. You're just like, but I don't know what to do. I don't have the answer. I don't know. I really have no idea. I promise you, thinking and thinking and thinking is not going to bring it in. It's going to block it. It's going to stress you out, which is also going to block it, right? What you need to do is literally hit the pause button and say, I'm not going to try and figure this out right now. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to give it a beat. I'm going to let it go. This is where you call in help. This is where you hand it over. This is where you say, I'm going to stop thinking about this. But universe, you can keep thinking about it, right? I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to the universe, God, source, my angels, my guides, my loved ones on the other side, whomever you work with. I'm giving it to you. I can't do it. I'm thinking my way into stress and it's blocking the solution. So I'm going to stop trying to figure this out. I'm handing it over to you. Send me the signs, send me the synchronicities, send me the info. And then I'll act on it. I'm happy to act on it, but I can't do this anymore. I have done this. And it was hard for me to do because it just seemed so like, how is this going to work? And literally all of a sudden, little the breadcrumbs that the universe sends us start to drop. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, that seems interesting. Let me look into that. Oh, that's kind of what I was thinking. That's one of the things I was thinking about. I wonder if maybe I should pay attention to that. Oh, look, I am paying attention to that now. And now it's leading me to this. Oh my gosh, this is what I was wondering, but I wasn't sure which way to go. That's how it works when you stop, when you put a pause on trying to find the solution. I cannot explain to you how insane it sounds, but how much it works. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not open and aware, right? Because you still need to be open and aware. Like if you're not actually consciously focusing and thinking on it, but something comes into your awareness from the outside that makes you think about it and you go, oh, that's funny. That's something that I was thinking about. All right, maybe I should pursue that. But I'm still going to stay open. I'm not trying to solve anything. I'm just going to maybe pursue that and see where that goes. Oh, that's so funny because I was trying to decide between this, and now this is on sale. Maybe that's the way I should go, right? That's how it works because now you're not thinking about it anymore. So you know what happens? The stress decreases. You shift into a better place. You're feeling better. You're feeling lighter. Some of the cloudy murkiness that has blocked that cord connecting you to the universe and all that is has cleared. So now information can flow through easier. And it happens faster than you think. You can solve problems so much faster this way than when you are just trying to think your way through it and think your way out of it and make the decision and figure it out. I cannot tell you. And again, this is coming from a detail-oriented, control freak Virgo who never solved problems this way until years ago. Like I said, I went through this whole thing. I was doing oracle card readings, and many of you know I love Colette Baron Reid's deck, Wisdom of the Oracle. And one of the cards in that deck is called Take a Nap, which is literally saying to you, like, girl or boy, like, stop, take a nap, take a breath, take a minute, let it go. I must have gotten that card 3 times in 3 different ways. And I thought, okay, I get it. Like, I'm just trying, because when you're trying to find an answer, you're searching, you're looking. I'm going to do an oracle card reading. I'm going to check my pendulum. I'm going to have my friend check the pendulum, all of that, right? Well, when I was searching for the answer that I kept getting is stop searching for the answer. And I finally, after like the 3rd or 4th time, I was like, okay, fine. I'll stop. I'm just going to turn it over. I'm just going to stop, and I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to ask for help. And I asked for help, and the breadcrumbs began. One thing led me to the next thing, led me to the next thing. And even in that leading me forward, right? I was still trying to take control of things and still questioning and second guessing, like, well, should I go to the left or should I go to the right, or which way is going to be better? And I remember I literally like, well, I think I'll do this, but let me just check this, right? Try to be that like control freak. And when I checked this, it was like, no, universe put the road back up. And I was like, all right, you're right. I'm going to keep going this way. And I continued to follow, and it solved the problem in a way that I would have never been able to think myself out of. Okay. It brought in the right people to assist me in some at the time. Take a nap. Okay. Take a nap, take a break, take a minute. That is the second problem solving strategy. Now, again, that does not mean I'm just not going to work on this problem. That means I'm going to tap in the universe so I can tap out, right? When I was growing up, like, we would watch like WrestleMania or wrestling or whatever, and they had like tag team. This is like going back when I was young. And it was like, I'm tagging you in, you go in, and I'm going to sit this one out. That's what you're doing to the universe, okay? You're tagging it in and you're sitting it out, and now you're waiting for the answer. Now, all you have to do is wait for the signs and the answers and the information and the ideas to come in. And then when they do, your job is to now I'm going to jump into action. But I'm not going to jump into action from a place of stress. I'm going to jump into action from excitement because, oh gosh, maybe this is my answer. Maybe this is the way that I need to go. It is a very different approach to solving a problem, right? So that's why I always say, like, the higher help method, I created it to help you create and help you manifest. But within that, there is decision making. There are problems to solve. And the higher help method is a problem solving solution because it taps in the universe to assist you. So you're not solving anything. You are not making any decision. You are not figuring anything out on your own. You're doing it with an all-knowing, all-seeing, all-understanding, all-powerful force. If we all have access to that, why in the world would we try to figure it out on our own? Right? That's crazy. So, but in doing that, you got to let go a little bit. So those of you who are Virgos, or any of those astrological signs that like to be in control and figure things out on their own, it will be difficult. I'm saying that from personal knowledge that it will be difficult, but it will work. And then once you do it, you're going to go, what? Why in the world am I trying to do? Why am I trying to control this myself? Get the hell out of here. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to let the universe lead me and guide me because, my gosh, it makes the whole experience, it makes the whole path that I'm going down clearer and easier when I'm not trying to do it by myself. Now, again, I'm not saying every decision you make, right? I'm saying when you are really stuck on something or when you've tried and tried to figure something out, but all of the decisions you're making are just not working. They're just not leading you into the right thing, or you're just really stressed out about something. That's when you say, no, I need help. I need to not do this on my own anymore. So, tip number one, you've got to get yourself back to the present moment. You've got to get yourself out of the past and out of the future and into the present where you are more centered, more calm. If you need to do your 60-second retreat, you do it. You bring yourself back into the centered place where your soul is lying within you that has all the answers and is completely connected to the universe and to all of the higher helpers. Okay. That is where you need to get yourself out of the stress into the shift of being centered and present. And number two, you are going to stop trying to figure it out. You're going to center yourself. You are going to ask the universe to assist you. You are going to punt the ball to the universe and you are going to say, I'm done. I can't figure this out. And honestly, trying to figure it out is stressing me out way too much. So I'm going to just hand it over to you. And then I'm going to wait for the direction. Like, hey, coach, you take the lead. I am going to just wait for the calls that you are going to make. Right? And that's it. I swear it works. It works. And the more that you do it and see, oh my gosh, it worked, the more you're going to remember to do it. The next time something comes up, the next time you are stressed out, the next time you are trying to figure something out, you are going to say, hey, I'm trusting and leaving it to you because I'm not solving it. I've been worried about it for 3 months and I can't figure out what to do, right? I'm done. And as soon as you let go, within a week, things will start coming in. That's what happened to me. I literally let go and like within a week to 2 weeks, this was the first time I really got the message. Within a week to 2 weeks, I started getting answers. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Why was I trying to figure this all out by myself? So thank you for liking it. If you guys are out there and you're enjoying this and it's making sense to you, please hit the like button on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. And I want you to try it. I want you to try it and see what I'm talking about because it might seem a little scary, but most of the things that are going to help us grow and move forward are in that scary zone, right? They're outside of that comfort zone. But that is where the growth lies. The growth always lies right outside the comfort zone. So sometimes we have to be a little freaked out in order to move forward and grow and learn and change. But now I'm going to take any questions. I always like to check Instagram and make sure nobody's asking anything. Okay. Alexis says, I so needed this today. Thank you. Good. I'm glad you needed it today. I think we all need it from time to time. I think we all have stuff that we're struggled with and we are stressing ourselves out about, right? So this is just kind of a way to shift that. Ruth said, I'm so much a Virgo and this is what I need. Okay, you get it, Ruth. Like, all you Virgos out there, I sympathize with you because we torture ourselves. We drive ourselves insane. And honestly, we probably drive the people around us insane as well. I do feel bad for my husband in certain aspects of the Virgo. How do you stop thinking about the past? Any tips? Alexis, anytime you find yourself floating in the direction of the past, of past mistakes, of things that you are convincing yourself should not have happened or that you should not have done or that led you to now or anything or regrets or anything like that, you are going to stop yourself. Anytime you find yourself floating in that direction, you are going to stop yourself and you are going to say, I can't do anything about the past. I can only work on right now, which will change my future. That's it. I can't do it. There's nothing I can do about it. I have to let go. I have to call in higher helpers. You can call in Archangel Jophiel, who's the angel of beauty. and can truly help you shift your mindset into a more positive space, right? Because my guess is the past is causing stress and it's not positive. So you can say, please, Archangel Jophiel, shift my energy and shift my mind and shift my thoughts out of this space into the present and into a more positive mindset. And then you literally stop yourself from thinking about it. You can even stop yourself and go release, release, release. Now you've shifted, right? You've released your thoughts, you've interrupted the pattern, and you're going to say, nope, I'm going to start looking toward the future. I'm going to start focusing on what I'm grateful for right now. And you have to keep interrupting the pattern, because here's the bottom line, and this is so the truth, right? Unless you have a time machine, and if you do, let me know. But unless you have a time machine, you cannot go back. You cannot say the things that you should have said or take back things that you said. You cannot do the actions that you wish you took. You cannot prevent the thing from happening. You can't do anything about it. So if you can't do anything about it, worrying about it, stressing about it, being aggravated about it is not going to help, right? When I always say, like, when we have an unexpected challenge that pops up, one of the first things we need to do is just accept that we are where we are. We have to accept that we are where we are. Don't fight it. Don't say, I should have done this. This shouldn't have happened. Oh my gosh, ruminating over it and thinking about it. No, in order to move forward, you have to accept everything I did in my past brought me to now. Everything happened for a reason, whether I realize it or not, whether I think it was a mistake or not. I'm okay. And I have to just stay in the present moment and say, I'm going to let go. And I am going to move forward, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm not going to waste my time now that is creating tomorrow, stuck in that energy, right? Hopefully that's helpful. Okay. She said, I am fixated on someone who hurt me. Oh, I get it. Honestly, the biggest thing, now I don't know if you're familiar with Amy Shear's work, who has the book, How to Heal Yourself When No One Else Can. But I would say you have to clear some energy around that, to let go. Oh, I'm sorry, Instagram. That was literally my fault. I kicked the poll. Poor Instagram today. You have to clear some of that energy. You have to let go. There are higher helpers you can call on for forgiveness. Hold on. Because you don't have to forgive and let go on your own here. That's the other thing. Like, I cannot stress enough how we don't have to do anything on our own, and that includes forgiving people. But if they're under the relationship chapter of the Higher Help Method book, because those of you who don't know the book, the first half is explaining the method, and the second half is broken up into life areas, and then it gives you all the tools you need: the higher helpers, customized prayers, gratitude exercises, all of that stuff, for each area, so that you can work the method. Just trying to find the relationship section. Hold on, here it is. So, okay. So in the book, I have, there's a prayer called Find Forgiveness. That would help. There's also healing from betrayal. So I know you said somebody hurt you. I don't know if if that falls under that. But there are specific higher helpers that you can call on to help you to let go, to help you to forgive, to help you to move on. And so I would say I would start working that, and calling on specific, depending on what you're looking for. If you're just looking to let go, if you're looking to repair the relationship, Archangel Zadkiel is the angel of freedom, benevolence, mercy. Ask for his help with forgiveness, letting go of resentment, anger, and other negative emotions toward another, as well as toxic relationships. So I would start there. But that's what I would do to try and shift my energy around that, right? So in addition to what I said before about moving yourself out of the past, when there's hurt or betrayal or sadness or grief connected to things like that, I would ask for the higher help to shift you and to help you see things differently, and to send you the people and the resources that can help you do it. But I would also look at clearing some of the emotions connected to this person or connected to the incident that hurt you. Okay, let me just say, Barb said, love tip 2 reminds me of when I forget a name. I used to keep thinking, go through the alphabet. Yes. Oh my God. I think so many people do that, right? Let me go through the alphabet and then it'll trigger me with the word, which I still do sometimes. When I just ask and let go of trying, the name pops in. Perhaps not always right away, but eventually. Yeah. It works for everything, right? It works for whether you're trying to remember something or whether you're trying to solve something. It's like, when you get out of the thinking left brain is like the just the thinking, problem solving brain, okay? The logical mind. The right brain is where you're connected to spirit, your intuition lies, your connection lies, right? So if you can stop the left brain from blocking the right brain with all of that thinking, answers can then pop in, right? The universe can go, okay, well, if you stop thinking for a minute, I could take control and send a thought in, but I can't even get my thought in because your brain has not shut up yet. The left brain is just going and going and going. So the right brain is like, man, I'm trying, but she's blocking it. So, yes. So it works even for that, but it's so true. When you just stop trying to solve it, that's when stuff can drop in. That is when you get the answers. And again, it sounds crazy, but it honestly works. Let me just see if I saw. Nope, there was nothing else. Okay, just wanted to check. Okay, so that is my weekly spirit boost for today. I hope that has been helpful to you, whatever you're trying to solve right now. Just remember those 2 tips. Get yourself back into the present moment. Stop thinking about the past and the future and all of the stress, and get yourself back into your center, into your soul. And then stop trying to solve it. Let it go. Let it go and wait and watch. Watch for an answer to come through. Lorraine said, my mom is having an app with an oncologist who is suggesting a PET scan that I'm totally against. What should I do? I mean, you can definitely share your opinion with your mother if she is open to it. I mean, I'm lucky because I take care of my dad and he does whatever I tell him to do for the most part. I mean, if some stuff he doesn't want to do, he won't do it. But if he listens to me. So I don't know if your mother listens to you or not. If she does not listen to you, the only thing you can do, unfortunately, is give your opinion. And then say a prayer on her behalf, right? Archangel Raphael. If it has to do with like a cancer situation, there's higher helpers specifically for that. I believe Saint Agatha is breast cancer. So, but I'm trying to think there's specific higher helpers around that. But what I would do is I would speak your mind, but you cannot make somebody do something that they don't want to do. So if that doesn't seem to work, then I would call in higher helpers on her behalf to say, please let her do what is best. Please, and help me to let go because maybe this is her path and I can't do anything about it. Right. Oh, I'm just looking on Instagram. The higher help guidance has helped me a lot. I practice and follow your gratitude. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad it's helped you. I mean, listen, it's there to help, right? Higher help. But I'm so glad you're using it and that it's helping. Thank you so much. That was Instagram. But anyway, so hopefully that's helpful to you. So what you want to do is speak your mind as much as you can. Oh, you're welcome. But then you're going to call in her higher helpers for her. And then you're going to call in your higher helpers for you to say, I have to let go. I can't control what someone else is doing, but please let her make the right decision that's in her highest good. That's sort of how you handle that, right? It's so hard when it's somebody that we love and we just want to say, don't do this or whatever. But when they're their own person, it gets hard. Even my father, there's certain tests that a doctor might want him to do and he'll go, I'm not doing that. I'm like, but Dad, you have to do it. And he's like, I'm not doing that. And it's like, okay, like, what am I going to do? Right. Like for the most part, he'll listen if I say like, you have to do this or no, I don't want you to do that. And he'll go, okay. But like, if there's something that he just does not want to do, he's going to go, no, nope, not doing it. Man never had a colonoscopy. Not gonna do it, right? They wanted him to go for certain tests for his stomach and stuff like that. Nope, not gonna do it. He's 80. The hell is he now? 82. He's just not gonna do it, right? So there, you have to come to the conclusion at some point that, like, listen, it's I have to let them do what they're going to do. I can do as much as I can do and I can call in the higher help. But outside of that, they're going to do what they're going to do. Parents, they drive you nuts. Okay. So, thank you so much for being here with me today, and I hope this has been helpful to you. Please feel free to tag somebody in this if you know that they need to hear this advice. Send this out to whoever might need to hear it. Please like the live or on the replay on your way out, and have an amazing and wonderful weekend. Of course, I will be back here next week. There is one Thursday coming up that I'm not going to be here, but I'll let you know beforehand. I think it's May 8th. But I am going to be here next week. So I will see you back here next week. And until next time, what are you doing this weekend? People, say it with me. You're going to do something this weekend that brings you joy. No matter how big, no matter how small. I'm having my stepson's birthday party at our house, which is going to be crazy, but it is going to be fun. A lot of work for me, but fun. So follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I'll be posting on stories. So do something that brings you joy, whatever that might be, whatever, how big, however, how small, it doesn't matter. Do something this weekend for you, especially if you are someone who does for others all the time and you're more of a giver than a receiver. Give to yourself. Do something that brings you joy this weekend because you deserve it and because it will raise your vibration and put you in alignment with all the wonderful things that are coming in and all of the signs that are coming to you to direct you to those wonderful things. So thank you for being here, and I will see you guys back here next week. Bye, everyone.